In this video I'll show how to space out multiple lines of text in CorelDRAW using MemorialDESIGNER. So the first thing we'll do is grab our text tool, and I will click to start typing my text. So let's just say name, and then I'll hit enter, and I'll do date, and then hit enter again, and then I can do name again, date again, name again, date again, etc. So I've got multiple lines of text here. To set the spacing between each of those, what I need to do is come over here in the MemorialDESIGNER Docker, and then I have my spacing set here for 1/2 inch, and all I have to do is hit apply, and what that will do is it will go and space between each of those lines of text 1/2 inch. It's going off of the baseline of the text, which is great because that way I have the correct spacing. If I wanted to do different spacing between each of these names and dates, so I know it's all got 1/2 inch spacing now, I could come in here and group this, and then group this, and then group this. So I've got 3 different groups, and I could take those 3 groups and apply 3/4 inch spacing, and hit apply, and that will do 3/4 inch spacing between those groups. Then I would just select everything and hit ungroup all here. The downside to doing it that way in the groups is, let's say we had this text in a different font. Let's say we were in Palatino, for instance. I'm just going to type in name and then the letter G, because G I know goes below the line. We'll do date, datey. There we go. I'll just delete this. Okay, so if we had this, and we know that it's already set for 1/2 inch spacing there because we just went off of this one. But if I were to group this, Control G to group it, and then I'm going to drag, and while holding Control I'm dragging down to keep it in a straight line, and then I will right click and then let go of my left click. That makes a copy. I'm going to do the same thing, drag, right click, release the left and right click. So if I took all 3 of these now and hit apply, they should line up with these over here. However, because they're in a group, it's actually spacing it off of the very bottom of the Y, instead of the baseline, and that's because it's in a group. So if I had text like this, what I would want to do is ungroup all of that, just do 1/2 inch spacing, and then what I can come in and do is I can set my nudge. So let's say 1/4 inch nudge, and I could select all of them but the top line and hit down, all of them but the top 4 lines or 2 lines, and hit down, and that way I've just added in an extra 1/4 inch spacing between each of those lines. So that way I can space it correctly even though I've got these letters dropping down below the baseline of the text. Once I have that typed in, I can just easily come in here and I hit Control A to swipe all the text at the same time, and then I can just type in my name. 1912 2010 Gordon R. 1910 2012, something like that. So you can just come in and swipe the text.